Yeah, hi, this is Jack. This is Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Billy Gibbs, who once knowingly stood in front of a Greg Norman bunker shot and got a sand wedgie.
She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she does everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves a lot of things. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, hold tight.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on ESPN Radio, brought to you by TaylorMade Golf. Check out the latest M3, M4 drivers, irons, hybrids, and fairway woods at TaylorMadeGolf.com today. We're going to go straight to the phones. Excuse me. Good friend of ours from across the pond on the phone, and so far a dominating player.
Is he one of the?
He's won the first 2 weeks, and he's leading again in the fantasy golf. And I don't think anybody understands how the scoring goes personally. But
Geoff Linnell on the phone. Welcome in, Jeff. You got to tell us how you do it. But first of all, hello, cheers. How's it going, my friend?
Well, first of all, good morning, gentlemen, and a belated Happy New Year. It's been hard to get through because you just don't give the number out.
I know. Yeah, I'm starting to. I have like two chores. My whole radio show is give out the number and hit the phone button, and I can't do either. So.
In all fairness to Billy, though, Jeff, it's a social media messaging Skyping world.
Yeah,
now.
we get messages all the time.
Yeah,
so.
It is, and to an extent, I think that's the convenience of those things, and so it's good that you've adapted and that. Your website and all that social media side is so strong, so that's excellent anyway.
But it's great hearing from people, and especially friends like you. But it's nice to talk. I'm a talker versus a reader, so I still like the phone call, so I got to give the number out more often than I will.
I thought with your health improving so rapidly, I just had to phone and say it's delighted to see your rehabilitation's going so well.
It really is coming back, and 2 months ago I would have thought the end of the world was coming. I mean, it was like this is never getting better, and then a month later, it's really bright. I mean, the doctors were right. They're telling me to be patient. It's going to happen, and I was just being a big baby, so I let it happen. And I'm getting better, so thank you.
Yeah, patience in you is a tough tough thing. Yeah. Like I've got my structure. Patience for you
is just don't trip over that new cat of yours when she's running around.
I know, man. She's keeping my head moving. I can tell you that. So, how come you're doing so well in the fantasy league?
Well, I wish I knew. I picked my players, and it's hard from this side of the pond, because you don't get to see all the players, so you don't really know how well everybody's playing. But and I have no idea with the scoring. In fact, even last week, I think I was in third space until, 3 holes from the end, and then all of a sudden I just jumped out in the lead again.
The only thing I can figure out is that they do. It's funny they score. The system of scoring is a lot like what we do with the juniors up at Paso. You earn more points if your players have like chip-ins, one putt.
Yeah. So it's like passive football, like yardage gained.
I'm not sure you don't get points for like fairway hit, green hitting regulation.
As
well as the positioning.
Wow. Okay. So it
makes it really
that's pretty cool. Actually,
hard to. It's not just like you go, okay, I'm going to go Tiger Woods.
Yeah. So it's not money made. It's not money earned then.
No.
It's much more than money.
No. So I think that's what happened last week. I think. I did have John Ram, and I think when he played the last 3 holes, he hit the fairways and he hit the greens, and I think that got me a few extra points.
Wow,
and
okay. All right, I'm committed.
Stole the win again.
I am committed to join and figure this thing out, and
we'll
talk about it next week. I'll go home and figure it out. Hey, one of our big topics today is, talking 2 minutes about caddies could be too much about caddies. But, hey, caddies are quite prominent in your neck of the woods, are they not?
Well, yes, certainly on a lot of the prestigious courses in Scotland, caddies come automatic, and they are very good characters. They read people really well. The Scottish are a very dour race, so they're quite subtle,
Yeah.
And in sort of you can't get enough backspin on these greens, then I'll just say, well, just check how far you're hitting it first before you worry about pulling it backwards.
Great response.
But because I know there's a lot more walking, and this country years ago when the modern cart came out, the caddy programs kind of faded, with the exception of some of the private courses. By the way, the caddy programs are up, and 97% of private courses in this country have caddy programs again. It went down. It went down to like 50% for a while, but they're almost 100% of private courses have caddies. But it never really left in England. It never did, right? I mean, it's always been part of the programming. Yes?
I think courses, and part of that is to keep pace of play. When you've got something like the old course, you need to keep pace of play because there's so many people. My home course doesn't have caddies at all. Well, I take that, tell a lie. There's one or two guys, if you really wanted a caddy, there's one or two guys they call upon and would come out, if you see what I mean.
But are golf carts common? Driving carts, not trolleys, but golf...
Well, they're common in the sense of we have 4 of them. If you've had a heart complaint, you can book it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, it makes total sense. Mike, how many carts are your facility?
Midsummer.
64.
If it's not booked by anybody else, then you can allow.
So
it. We only have 4.
You have 4. Mike's
What's
got
probably more usual in the UK is to have a pull cart with a battery on it, so that it will almost like just go by the side of you without you touching it.
So yeah, is that what you have, Jeff? Do you have one of those?
Yes.
I've seen those go flying down.
I've seen them in lakes. Yeah, I've seen them in rivers.
You ever had that happen, Jeff?
It does happen. In fact, we have by our 5th hole, which is a par 3. There's a little pond to the right-hand side, and once, maybe twice a year, somebody will pull their putter out and just touch the button on the top, and as they walk to the green, they hear this splash on the right-hand side. When they've caught the button, it just goes off.
Do you set the yardage it travels, or do you have a remote in your hand? I mean, how does it work? I mean,
there's 2. One is you just switch it on/off, and so you walk by the side of it.
Splash, that's the splash.
There are some remote ones where you can have a clip on your belt, and it will basically follow you.
That's pretty cool.
But the ones that you just switch on/off, the button on the top can be a bit sensitive.
Well, you know what?
And every now and again, people just touch it with their hand as they're pulling the putter out.
And Mike,
and then they walk onto the green.
I think you're right.
And their playing partners go, "Look at your trolley." And,
the trolley. I do need one.
Everywhere on the course it's fine, apart from by the side of the 5th hole where we have a pond.
I'm going to reach out talking about this, Jeff, with Billy, and talking about these automatic or battery operated push carts and stuff. I'm going to talk to some people in the industry that I know and get Billy one.
Because I could walk more.
Yes,
I mean I would love that.
But you won't have the strain
of
like
lifting that bag and stuff.
Like, see, Nikki got me doing the push cart thing with the push, which is great.
They're
oh my God,
very common indeed.
What's the difference between?
It's like you feel like you're lifting weights the whole time you're walking because you're pushing the cart. It's
so what is the difference between push cart and pull cart?
Normally, a pull cart
doesn't have 2 wheels.
Has 2 wheels because when you pull it, the back is off the ground. And a push cart has 3 wheels because the front wheel's on the ground, and you just push it slowly, and therefore it's
and you can have a lighter because of the handles in the back. You can have the lighter thing to move up.
Whereas when you're pulling
push
it,
carts
because the handles behind
hilly would be better.
You pull the far side off the ground, so it only really has 2 wheels, and it goes on those 2 wheels.
Do they stop when you let go? I mean, what if you have 3 wheels on the ground?
There's no.
Okay, it brakes, automatic brake system.
They do have a small brake on them, but that's mainly because when you stop, you may be on a hill.
Because if you're on a hill, you let go, get the putter.
That works. So the brakes to stop it going anywhere, as opposed to stop it. It's just so that when you play your shot, it doesn't go anywhere.
The hardest thing about those 3 wheels too is if you had played Poppy in the rain with a 3-wheel push cart, you would have been dying
because of the sand buildup on the wheels.
Yeah, it's the resistance. Yeah. It's a workout. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great, but man, after a while, you're kind of like.
But I could do the walk. I can really need to start walking more, man. I get that.
But with the ones that have a battery, you can set a number so you can get it to walk at, I don't know.
Well, there goes. That's the reason there's no
between
caddies.
1 and 10. So if you set it about 7, that's the normal. 6 or 7's normal walking pace.
Oh, the speed.
Which is why it walks by the side of you.
I got you.
And if you've got to catch up because you're a bit slow, because you're a bit behind the group in front, you turn it up to 9 and you walk a bit quicker with it.
And they have, Billy, those caddies, like the push caddies he's talking about, or the battery caddies. They have an adapter for a little seat.
So I could ride it?
No, so like,
Oh, so I can
No,
sit
you
while I'm
can't
waiting
ride
for
it,
you to
but you
putt.
can sit on it
So-
by the
yeah, so if someone's
while you're waiting for your
because
shot.
you're always done before everybody anyway.
Yeah.
You're such an accurate golfer. You're waiting for
Yeah.
everybody to putt,
That's
and
true.
you're just sitting there like, come on, and then you can sit down, relax.
That's true. I make my 3 and wait for
Stretch.
everybody else.
Yeah.
That's so not true.
So,
That's funny.
without changing the two, before I forget, where are you next week? I hear this is the last program. It's
We
concerning me
we
no
will
end.
be same time and do you exactly the same, right, Mike? Nothing's
Yeah,
changing.
so if you go, you can go to Bakersfield ESPN,
Right.
and you can get the live stream there. That'll be from 8 to 10. And then we will be from 11 to 1 Pacific Standard Time. We'll be at kvec.radio.net.
Can he stream us
okay.
from Golf Talk Radio?
Yeah, and we'll have all that stuff on our website.
So you can go right to the website.
Yeah, the good news is we can still listen to you next week.
Yeah,
that's my
absolutely.
question.
Oh, yeah, it keeps going. And then we've always got our podcast.
And we might have a few surprises being a first show somewhere new, so it might be a few surprises.
All right.
So we'd love you to call if you can, just to let the listeners know we're getting people from across the pond. It's gonna be in
Well, will
Honolulu.
it be the same number? Because you're
No.
not giving out that
No,
much.
it will not be the same number.
Everything will change.
And we do not know that number
Everything's
yet.
going to change. Just when I've learned this number.
Yeah. Well, the last 4 digits of this number is ESPN. Yeah. So,
Right.
so yeah. So
We'll
we will
still
say-
be ESPN, but it'll be ESPN Bakersfield.
right.
So-
Okay.
And we'll have
Okay.
all that on our website. We'll do the social media and all that good stuff. So
So thank you for
Well,
your
I'll pick it
Jeff.
up off the
Thank you
website,
for your
yeah.
loyalty, your friendship, and I'm going to get healthy enough to walk and get over there and walk with you. Are you going to the Masters? Are you going to the Masters this year?
The invitation's always open, and I'm looking forward to. I know you guys will come sometime, and also if you happen to be in Florida in April, then let me know as well.
Ooh, I might be. No.
All right, take guys.
Are you going to?
Guys.
Are you
It's
going to the
been great to
Masters?
talk to you again.
are you going to the Masters this year, Jeff?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to go this year. It's I'm saving up. I will go again.
Maybe
it was
next
so good
year.
last time, and it's still so many memories that I
know.
still
See,
talk to people
I think
about.
I think if we go the following year,
I think next
then
year
I'm
I
in, and that gives us time.
Because you can't go in this year, right?
I
All
doubt
right.
it.
I think
yeah.
I will make my decision right now, and I will plan on next year to go.
2019.
So Todd, if you're listening, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm going to talk to you offline. But we were planning this year, but I think 19 would be a good one.
I
All
do
right,
too.
very cool. Jeff, thank you for your time.
All right, great to talk to you guys.
Have
You
a good
too,
Have a
Jeff.
good
Have a
evening.
good day.
See ya.
Thanks. Bye.
It's funny saying have a good evening because he's calling
That's right.
5 o'clock at night or something.
I forgot about that.
We're going to take a break. We're going to talk a lot more about caddies. I know that's what you want to hear about. We ended up going in depth in pull carts and push carts, but let's talk about some of the cool things you might not know about caddies and some of the funny things, and basically be surprised how much money they make, the top ones.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Almost as much as you make.
Don't forget our new podcast partner, healthiq.com. Check out golftalkradio.com to find out their life insurance rates at healthiq.com/golf talk. Use the code word golf talk to find out what kind of policy you can get today. We also want to thank the patrons, Caddy and Chris Rigby. We were just talking about the Masters. It's coming up real fast. We've been talking with Chris back and forth a little bit. Check out the patronscaddy.com. You want a turnkey experience for the Masters from when you arrive at the airport and all the way to when you leave. They've got you covered. 14 years of experience, and we can guarantee from our own experience they'll get you the best seats in the house at the Masters. So stay with us right here, Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy on the Golf Talk Radio Network.